Hey traders, welcome back to the channel here. We are going over the trade recap for today. It's December 27th. I hope you guys all had a awesome Christmas, some good time off, and you spent it with some family and enjoyed yourself. And anyways, we're going to look at the fresh new start to the week here for Monday and show you how I traded. So today was a pretty decent day. Not a whole lot of trades, and once again, it's like another step in the right direction. I've got a lot to work in front of me in order to make up what has happened recently with some of the red days. So just trying to get back in the right direction, and I think that today was a good step. So let's take a look at some of the stats and break everything down for you guys today. Here is the performance right here. So I never went red today, which is always good. I took only 9 trades, which is very few for me, and that's kind of been a goal I've been working towards, is to have better trades, more significant trades, and less of them. It's kind of normal for me in my past, for sure, to trade anywhere from 40 to 50, sometimes even 80, 90, 100 trades in a day, which is a ton. Now, I feel like if the market's hot and there's a lot of momentum, there's a lot of stocks that are moving, that might be okay. But if things are a little bit slower, I shouldn't be trading a ton like that. So today was, I don't know, wasn't that hot. There were a few stocks that were moving, but kind of a slow day. But anyways, ending the day here, up $908. So that's really good. And part of the reason I'm up so much too was a short position I had with ADGI. So I'll cover that in a moment. But that was one that I've been holding for the last few days. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive into it. To the ones I traded today, first off, 7 green trades and 2 red trades. So the ratios right there, really good. I really like that. And I had one significantly bad trade, and then one that wasn't even that much of a bad loss at all, which was $16. So not a horrible loss there, but good ratios. Anyways, I traded PYR, my short, which was ADGI. I did AVCT, FTFT, APT, and what else? MBOT. So MBOT that was it was definitely my best trade. So my last trade of the day, and I went up $408 on it. So really good trade there, and that put me in a really good position for today. Let's go ahead and look at the first trade, which was PYR. So as you can see here, I've got the daily or the minute chart pulled up on this one. I'll show you the yearly right here on PYR. Just looking at this, you can tell it's been a former runner. It's had some, I'm looking at this one specific day where it really had an amazingly tall wick here, but apparently went up to about $12 at one point. So anyways, it has shown that there has been potential in the past. So today, looking at it, and on the minute chart here, I didn't really get interested in this stock until, of course, we got into this point here where it really blew up very quickly and went into a halt. And I didn't see it till after the halt, so I tried to get into it afterwards, after it opened up, after that halt, and I did get in. And it was kind of weird. I guess I actually had some internet issues and had internet cutting in and out, which is really not good. And I got kind of frustrated this morning, but I took my first trade on it and had a small winner. And I jumped out too quickly, basically. I missed this entire candle here. I got in. First trade was buying at 456 and then getting out at 461. So that was a really quick trade. And then I I think that's when I, fell into my internet issues because I missed this whole candle here. This happened very quickly, so felt some FOMO on that. But anyways, I got into it after that move, and I wanted to wait till pullback. And so that's what I did. I got in, and initially I got in just too early or too late. It was on this candle here where it ripped up, and I thought it was going to break the previous high. Anyways, I got in at 537, and I actually sat on this for just a little bit, and it pulled back, and it kind of consolidated. I got in again, and then we got this real quick push up to, what was it? 539, but I ended up selling it, which was a good move on my part. So I sold at 533, and that was like $100 winner. So that was a quick, good trade there. But I'm glad I got it out because, as you can see, we had the first big candle here, pulls back, have the second candle that goes up, but it doesn't go up to the high, right? It goes just below that, and then does the exact same thing, pulls all the way back, and then has that third candle that goes for it again, and it cannot push up to that second candle, so it just stays right at that high, about 539. And so kind of that descending triangle, if you will, on that top. So anyways, for me, it was a good time to get out and just get out of the entire trade. So that was PYR. Yeah, I did $29 on it, then $133 on it on that second trade. My third one, it was a loser. It was down $16, so I did just step out of it at that point. Now, going over quickly to ADGI, this was one that was not in play really for me today, but this was a short that I've been holding for a few days. This is the only one that has kind of been on my portfolio that I've just kind of been waiting on. And reason being is I traded it. This is the yearly chart. I traded it on this day here on 12/17. And I think initially I was trading it to the long side, but then realized I should go in and short it. And so I did that. And anyways, it's been breaking down since that day. And I have decided to hold that because I just liked the downward look of this chart to the short side. And that was working out for me for a few days. And today I just made the kind of the idiotic choice to sell it today. And because it was spiking up, I mean, is on a risk management side, that was a okay decision. But I mean, I could have closed out of it the day before or even earlier today to end up with a little bit bigger profit. But anyways, the thing started spiking up. And I was holding my average share size at right about, I think it was 15 something. 15, I forget, but I think maybe about 1550. And so today ended up selling it, but it was on a rush. It was on a rush up. So I just said, you know what, let me cut it. And I covered the position. I think it was around 920. Yeah, 922 was the what I sold out at. So that was a $368 winner, which was good. Maybe should have sold it earlier today. Would have been good, but I was thinking on a yearly chart, I just like that downtrend. And hey, I think it does have further room to the downside. Maybe should have kept holding it, but anyways, I just got rid of it and done with that position. So that was that one. I got a few other ones, but let me show you FTFT real quick. This was my biggest loser for today. I lost $100 on it. And this was purely kind of chasing a move. Now, FTFT, let's look at the yearly real quick. This one has definitely shown to be a former runner. Look at this. We've had some days in the past here. What was that? January 11th. Absolutely blew up. Had a lot of other days where it ran up pretty hard. So knowing that this is definitely a former runner and it has potential on certain days when it either has a catalyst or just a lot of people that are trading it. And today, I really wasn't interested in this thing until later in the day. And it was going up, but it was just very choppy, very slow when you have a stock that's trading at, sometimes these dollar numbers, $1.20. unless they got a lot of momentum on them, they can move fast, but this one was just kind of slowly just going uphill, but nothing fast enough for me to be interested in really hopping on it and trading it. And until we really got up into this higher zone in here. When we got up into here, the candles were just getting a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, and I thought that's when we were going to have maybe a bit of a faster squeeze. So I thought, hey, this might be a good time to just hop in. Even though it's buying towards the high, I think we might get a possible squeeze up to maybe 190, $2. So I went in, hopped in for it, and basically it was just kind of chasing it. I hopped in. Let me see if I can find the numbers for you guys. Yeah, I started buying in around 182 and 180. And that was just too high into the game for this one, and it started breaking down, and I just had to let it go. I ended up letting it go at 177 on a market, and thank God I did that, because the thing went on an absolute dump really hard, really fast. So I managed to mitigate some bigger losses there. So happy with that. But yeah, that one sold off quickly. It rose and just chugged along for quite a while and then broke down really hard. So that one was difficult. Let me know if you traded that one today. FTFT. Anyways, let's move on to just my last trade. I want to show you guys MBOT here. This was a $408 winner, so a good trade. MBOT. Now, the thing that really helped me out with this one, I did size in a little bit higher. Now, in the last 2 days, I've been trying to scale down on my size a little bit to get back to the basics and get warmed up, and not go so crazy and just jump into things big size and risk so much. Because of my last prior red days, been getting back to basics and focusing on trying to size down a little bit. But this trade was a little bit bigger, nothing like crazy, but I just sized up just a little bit larger on this one, which is helped out on my winner. So on MBOT, I did not trade this all day. It wasn't really interesting to me because pre-market moved up nicely, but as the market opened up, it really struggled to really get past this whole area of 955, 960. Just couldn't break it. It eventually broke down, came back up, but then sold off again and went sideways for the rest of the race. So I wasn't interested in this one until later today when we got this break right here, this nice green candle. We broke VWAP, and to me that said a lot. It said now it's got potential to maybe possibly retest the high of the day, maybe even go beyond that if momentum is there. So I hopped into it, and I started getting into this one. My idea here was that, okay, boom, we had this big candle. I'm going to wait for a little bit of a pullback. And so I started getting in my first size. I got in at 916. It moved up a little bit, but not enough for me to sell because I thought it had potential to once again retest that 950, 960 area. So I kept holding, and every time it moved up and then broke down, I would just buy a little bit more on kind of these dips. And so I kept buying and started buying more and averaging. I think my size or my cost was around, I can't remember the average now, but it had to be around like 910, maybe a little bit higher, maybe about 912. And so anyways, we did have a breakdown here, but it reversed pretty quickly. So I kept holding in here, and then this is definitely where I saw it when I saw this candle go up, test that 940 area. I thought, okay, now we have potential to possibly break it and go beyond. And we had this really whip up, this fast flash of a candle that went all the way up to 960, which was the high of the day, and came right back. So was a little disappointed in that because I thought it should have had some continuation, but hey, it didn't. came back down, and I ended up selling at 947. So I thought to myself, you know what? Don't want to risk it if this thing does eventually break down again, because hey, it did retest the high and didn't do it at this moment. Not to say it won't later, but I just need to go ahead and get out and manage the risk and try to get out on a push higher. And so I got out at 947, and what was that? 1,200 shares. So um, really happy with that trade, and that was a good call on my part because it did broke down pretty hard. I went all the way down on 904, 905, and then just slowly sold off. So that was my good trade for today. Happy with that, and kind of a bummer it didn't break and go beyond that 960 area, but sometimes that's going to happen. Maybe this could be in play tomorrow, but we won't know till tomorrow. So anyways, guys, that is my trading for today. There's that performance. Pretty good. Still trying to come back and once again get back to the basics. But a $900 day for me is a good move in the right direction. So that's where I'm sitting. This week I'm going to just try to focus on those base hits, trying to get back to, $300 a day is great if I can consistently do that. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna shoot for. I know I'm gonna have some red days for sure, but it's all about trying to manage those and do way more green days than red. So that is the goal. But hope you guys are doing well, taking care, and we'll see you tomorrow.